There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. I'm so happy for those of you who are here. For those of you who aren't, I hope you enjoy this in the future. I was going to suggest, since we have a group of people who aren't attending live classes and a group who are, if ever those of you who aren't in live class want to update me on your life, by all means, like shoot me an email, say hi, say something so we can feel a little bit more connected. I know these are virtual classes, but one of the things I love the most about everyone who attends live is I get to hang out with them for a little bit. So if you're not attending live, hit me up, tell me about your life. All right, today we will start reclined all the way on your back. Let's take recovery pose. So instead of Shavasana, your feet will be up, knees together, hands out to the sides, palms face up. And then if your low back isn't on the mat, you might want to just readjust your spine a little bit and then press the low back down into the mat. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you don't have to do it. And you can have that nice little arc in your low back. It's totally up to you, whatever you prefer. So let's settle in. Get out any last bits of movement. And then wiggle your jaw side to side, open your mouth. Close your jaw. Close your mouth, allow your tongue to relax. Let your shoulders be heavy on the mat. Let your knees really fall in and feel supported by each other. Take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. We're going to do two more. Every time I want you to imagine yourself releasing tension. Inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. Release that tension. Again, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Close your mouth. Fully surrender to this pose. Today in class, we will be focusing on emotion. So if you are someone who doesn't like to experience or share emotions, this is a great class for you. And if you are someone who loves to share them, this will also serve you, but perhaps in a different way. So I was recently intrigued by this idea of we can't have emotion without motion, right? Without movement. We need to move through our emotions in order to fully feel them and release them. Take a breath in. Exhale through the nose. Another breath in, draw it down into the diaphragm. Exhale through the nose. Continue to deepen your breath. Every inhale, try to expand more through the chest. Every exhale, pull the diaphragm up and in. A lot of times when we think about emotions that we need to release or move through, we typically think of maybe uncomfortable emotions like anger or sadness. But it's also important to note that sometimes we can hold on or dampen or push down on our own happiness, right? You might be like, no, I've never done that. Maybe you've made yourself smaller to make someone else comfortable. Or maybe you haven't shared your joy fully enough because you were embarrassed. There are all kinds of emotions that we can push down, dampen, try to forget about. Today in class, we're going to move and just see what comes up. Start to windshield wiper your legs side to side. So right now your knees are together. Really slowly, you can take them over to the right side and the left side. If you'd like a nice breath pattern, you can inhale, lift to center. Exhale, knees fall over to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale over. Inhale, center. Exhale over. Last time. Inhale, center. Exhale over and stay on this side. Just allow the knees to fall. And try to surrender through your lower body. So you might notice you're hanging on your abdominal muscles. Try to relax them, relax the glutes and the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Another breath in. And breath out. Engage through your core. So feel yourself squeeze, pull the belly button up and in. Lift your legs up as you inhale. And then exhale, opposite side, 3 breaths here. But before we start counting, release through the hips, release through the legs and glutes. And then last but not least, let your core feel loose so you have that spinal twist. Now, breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Engage through your core, squeeze through your glutes. Inhale, lift up to center, place both feet on the ground. Flip your palms down, press them down by your sides. So you're gonna have to wiggle the arms close to you, right next to your sides. Roll your shoulders back and press them down into the mat. And you can actually squeeze your scapula together. So you'll kind of see how they shuffle under your low back, right? Walk your feet towards your glutes and then inhale, lift up as you press the hands down into the mat, bridge pose. We'll be here for 5, maybe 6 breaths. So every inhale, see if you can lift a little higher. Every exhale, try to hold there. It's a great way to make baby incremental movements. So as we move today, we're just going to be aware of what comes up. No fear, no judgment. But yoga is one of those cool, safe spaces that we can actually listen to what's going on in our mind and in our body, and then allow these things to surface. One more lift up, squeeze through the glutes. Exhale, lower the hips down to the ground. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky, so left foot stays on the ground. Then externally rotate your leg. So you might remember when we externally rotate, the thigh rolls out, right? So look at your foot, roll your thigh out. Now, with that bend of the, or with that roll of the thigh, bend into the right knee and come to a figure 4 pose. Option 1, you can stick it, keep it low for now. Or option 2, you can lift the opposite foot up off the ground. If your foot's lifted, I want this at a 90-degree bend, flex through the foot, and then no matter where you are, push your right knee out with the strength of your body, not with your hands. You should automatically feel that right glute start to fire up. So if you're down here, same thing, keep the low back onto the mat. Check in with that left foot, no matter where you are. It should be live, engaged. Press through all 10 fingers. Push the right knee out a little bit further. 3, 2, 1, release the left foot down, and then we're gonna come out the same way we came in. So inhale, right leg high. It should still be externally rotated, and then roll the thigh in. So it's just perfectly parallel with the body. Breath in. Exhale, right foot down on the ground. Inhale, left leg high. Look at your thigh, roll your thigh out, external rotation. Squeeze here, flex through the foot, and then bend into the knee. Come to your little recline figure 4 option. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, you'll lift up and find that 90-degree bend in the leg and the foot. Now push the left knee out to the side while you pull the right knee in. If you're on the ground, same thing. Push that left knee out to the side, and you should feel this glute on the left side start to fire up and support you. You're obviously going to feel it a lot more if you're up here doing this pushing and pulling action. Breathe in and out. Another one. Breathe in, out. Last time. Breath in. Exhale, release the right foot to the ground if it's up. Inhale, lift the leg, keep the external rotation so the thigh is still rolling out, and then internally rotate so the legs parallel. Exhale, release the left foot to the ground. Press the hands into the ground by the side. Inhale, lift up, bridge pose option. If you feel ready to shimmy the arms under, take it a little bit higher. Squeeze through the glutes, lift the hips high, press the pinkies down into the ground. Breath in and out. Breath in, squeeze and lift. Breath out. Make sure your face is still nice and chill. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down, hands come out to the sides, and then just windshield wiper the legs side to side. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, press the hands down into the ground by your sides. Round 2, we'll try a different variation here. Inhale, lift the right leg high, and then externally rotate the thigh. Thigh rolls out. Place the right ankle on top of that left knee, and then draw the knee up in. So again, it's okay if you want to stay on the ground and just take this here for now, or you can come with me. First, we have the pushing of the right knee out to the side, left ankle into the top of the left knee, or right ankle into the top of the left knee. Then you can work towards straightening the leg if it feels okay. Great. Stay here. Try to pull the foot towards your face while keeping the low back on the mat. And you'll notice as you do this, the right knee starts to collapse in, right? So I want you to push the right knee out. Alive through that top foot. Kind of pull, pull, pull. See how far you can get it. And then once you pull, push the right knee back out. Keep recalibrating. If you're not shaking, that's okay. Maybe you don't want to shake. But if you do feel like shaking, come with me and try and reach. Press in the hands. 3. Press the right knee out. 2. 1. Back to center. Breath in. Exhale. Release the left foot down onto the ground. Inhale, right leg high with the external rotation. Internally rotate and release. Next side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, roll the thigh out, and then place the ankle on top of the knee. Option 1, you just hang out here, enjoy this stretch. Option 2, start to pull the knee up and in, staying here. Maybe you're coming with me and working towards straightening the leg. So first, once the leg is straight-ish, right? It doesn't have to be fully straight. Once it's up, look at your left knee, engage and push the left knee out to the side with the strength of your body. You should see the knee move, you will. Then once you're there, try to work the foot back towards your head while keeping your low back down on the mat. So what you should feel automatically is your core starts to fire up, right? Then once you have the pull of the leg, look at my knee, it fell in because I'm like forgetting about it. So then push the knee back out. Pull the right foot towards you. This is hard work, isn't it? One more time, look at the left knee, shove it back out with the strength of your own mind and badass body. 2, 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the left leg up, external rotation. Internally rotate, legs parallel. Ooh, gorgeous. Release the foot down, and then take windshield wipers right, windshield wipers left. So after that stagnant moment, come to that fluid movement. No judgment, nothing that we need to do here. Inhale to center. Exhale, draw both knees into your chest, no hands. Point the toes here. So how far can you get your knees into your chest? Then I'll give you permission temporarily to pull the knees in, see how high you can get them with the strength of your hands. You might notice it's more like this. Whoop, whoop, that's fine. Or it might be just this tiny little movement, but I'm going to ask you to release your hands, not yet, in a couple seconds. And what I want you to do is to keep your knees wherever they are that your hands have pulled them into, right? So release in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, release. Try to not let them move. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you should feel that in your hip flexors as you try to lift the knees towards the chest. Towards the chest. One more time. My foot's cramping. Yeah. And then come back. Last time. So again, it might look like this. And all I want you to do when I have you release the hands is try to keep the knees where they are. Instead of, for example, it might look like this. Whoop, whoop, right? So let's give it a go once more. Pull them in as tight as you can get them. Find those hip flexors. Maybe close your eyes. Where are your hip flexors in your head? Start to turn them on. Squeeze, pull the knees in, release in 3, 2, 1. Release, hold. Keep them where they are. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Knees come into the chest. Press the palms into the ground by your side. Press, press, press. 2, 1. Inhale, point the feet towards the sky. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Hands come behind the thighs, and let's rock and roll up. I don't know how many rock and rolls, like 5 rock and rolls. Maybe 6 if you really like rock and roll. Hey, you hear that dad joke? Pretty good. All right, almost there. Come on up. And then come to a bear seat. Or yeah, we call it a bear seat. Okay, so what that's gonna look like is the feet come wide out to the side, right? Very weighty leg. Scoot your butt forward, legs go out. Place your hands behind you so you're really just kind of chilling down. Like imagine again, like we did last week, chilling on the beach. Then bring your knees to the right. So your knees will fall over to the right. It'll look like this. Your knees will be bent kind of at 2 90-degree angles, right? So you've probably seen online, and I posted a video about this earlier this week. A lot of people are like, yes, we're doing hip movements, where we are doing hip movements, but that's not what we're doing today. Instead, we're going to do controlled badass hip movements. So start to lift up your left knee as high as you can get it without moving your right knee and keeping it glued to the ground. Lift, 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 lift. Try to roll to the outer edge of that opposite foot. Okay, so I'm at max. I can't go any further. I'm going to try to squeeze, 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 keep the right knee glued down. And then now we can start to switch opposite side. Both knees come down, right? So hopefully you get the concept. Essentially, we're fighting for that extra bit of range with our own strength. Let's do it again. So opposite leg, start to lift the right knee up. See how far you can get the right knee open, 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 open. And then once you can't lift anymore and the left knee really wants to lift, then you can come over opposite side. Let's do one more on each side. If you'll notice, like I gained just one round of this, my range of motion opened up. So yours probably will too. Take a breath in and start to lift left knee, roll, roll, roll out as far as you can get. Try to push your left knee down towards the ground. Don't let your right knee move. Push, 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 push. And then move over. Great work. Now we have the opposite side last time. So first, lift the right knee up. Lift, lift, lift. How far can you rotate open to the outside edge of that right ankle? Reach, reach, reach. Oop, and my left knee's cheating. So push your left knee back down. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. And then eventually, everything back over. You will notice after this, your hips are going to feel more open than if we did yoga, moving a lot for 15 minutes. So just get our hips warmed up today. Come to tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Great. Take a breath in. Find an even spine. So no dip in the spine. I want it nice and even. Press through the palms and then lift your left leg out to the side. Dog on a fire hydrant, right? And then draw the knee back and just make some hip circles. But you'll notice as I'm making these hip circles, my low back kind of likes to bend. So try to fight that idea of bending by engaging through the core. Go the opposite direction. How big of a circle can you make with your knee while keeping the low back as solid as you can? 2, 1, back to center, tabletop. Then we'll lift, right leg out to the side, shift. And again, if you've got the dip in the low back, try to squeeze it in, right? Firm through the core. See how high you can get the right knee out and then start to make circles. And ideally, your circle will be up and back, and then the knee will come all the way towards your chest, just like we did on the floor, without rounding through the low spine too much, right? Just hip flexors. And one. Take it opposite direction once you reach the back, which I think is this way. Yep. And start to maybe try to pull up and in through the belly button as you push through the hands. 3, 2, slow and controlled, 1. And if your hip's popping, that's fine. You're normal. You're just like me. Back to center. Release. Hands forward. Curl the toes under. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day. Sink into the heels. Then push your hands into the mat away from you. So really, as you push, your shoulders are going to shrug towards your ears. That's totally fine. That's what we need our shoulders to do to support us. So push and you'll feel the shoulders shrug. Then bend in the knees as you inhale. Tilt the pelvis towards the sky. Exhale, sink the heels back and down. Just a little recalibration under the downward dog. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Set yourself up in a compact plank, so push your heels back, then walk your arms to be under your shoulders. Squeeze through the glutes, try and lower the hips in line with the shoulders. Más o menos. Yes, we're hanging out in plank for a second. Then lower the knees down. Let's take it together. Hug the elbows in. 3, 2, 1. Press up all the way to tabletop. Warming up the arms again. 3, 2, 1. Press up to tabletop. Last time. 3, 2, 1. Press up to tabletop. Uncurl your toes. Drag your hips forward. And look at, we're almost in upward dog. You might find your mat moves. Try to keep the quads off the mat as you roll the shoulders back. Pull the heart through the chest. Curl your toes under, up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in. Remember, push the hands away. Breath out. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, tiptoe your way, top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, press yourself up to standing. Palms above the head, look high. Maybe you press the palms together, gaze at the thumb. Exhale, hands to heart center. Then by your sides, Tadasana. Close your eyes. So I would like you to think of maybe an emotion that you would like to release or even to cultivate today. So maybe it's joy. Maybe you feel like you've just been stifled with your joy lately, right? It doesn't have to be a crazy sad emotion. It could be power. Maybe you want to feel powerful because you haven't felt like that in a while. Find something that you want to cultivate in terms of an emotion or something you really want to let go. If you've been sad lately, let's get it out. Now is the time, right? So today we'll move through a traditional Sun A and Sun B. I don't do this super often, mostly because I'm crazy. It will be a little bit quicker than we're used to, but I think that this quick vinyasa movement to start, then we'll move to my more traditional class, will help us start to develop that prana, right? Develop that breath. So take a breath in. Somehow my phone is supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. Hang tight, guys. Exhale, breath out. One more breath in. Exhale, breath out. All right, here we go. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Press your palms above your head, look up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, find your emotion. Whatever it is, let's bring it on. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank or tabletop pose. Inhale, rock your weight forward. Exhale, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up to plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, make them deep. Inhale. Imagine developing this prana. Exhale. Again, inhale, fill up. Make your breath big as you can get it. Exhale. Another breath in and out. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, now's the time, either step or hop. I'm gonna let you do it. Fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, arms wide, press up. Look at your thumbs, gaze high. Right back down. Exhale, fold forward, hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank or tabletop. Exhale, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under, press up plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Here we go, 3 breaths. Find your emotion. Breathe in. Press your hands away from the ground as you exhale. Another breath in, deep. Exhale, sink the heels down. Once more, breath in. Exhale. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, tiptoe or hop, top of the mat, and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms wide, press up all the way, palms together, look high, let's find this rhythm. Exhale, fold down, hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, we lower down together. Curl your toes under, press up plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog. 3 more breaths, here we go. Out. Breath in. How big can you make it? Changing our energetic body, right? Changing our prana. Exhale. Last time. Breath in. And out. Inhale your right leg high. Pull back in the left hip. Lift the right foot up. Exhale, kick your foot towards your butt. Open your hip. Shoulders stay even. Inhale, right leg high. Lift the foot up as high as you can get it. Pull back in that left hip. Exhale, sweep the foot through. Come to a low lunge. We'll come right up. Inhale, crescent pose. Right, this rhythm of breath. Exhale down. Hands frame the foot. Step back to plank. You can do this. Lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, press yourself up to plank or table. Exhale back. Down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Pull the right hip back in space. Find that adjustment. Then exhale, kick your foot towards your butt. Open your hip. Shoulders stay even. Press your hands away from you. Inhale, left leg high. Recalibrate. Hips are even. Left hip or right hip back in space this time. Exhale, sweep the foot through. Come to your low lunge. Inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Frame the foot. Step back to plank. Lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale back, down. Inhale, press yourself up, plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog or child's pose. We have 5 breaths. So either you stay in down dog or you come down, knees together, butt back. 5 of your biggest breaths. See if you can allow the breath to inhale. Whatever you need. Exhale. Start to release. Again, inhale. It's all about the breath today. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. If you're in down dog, stay strong. Try to push your hands away from each other. Inhale. Exhale. Last round of breath. In. Those of you in child's pose, press up and back. Meet everyone else in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale in down dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, press up, hands come high, look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left hand to your heart, right hand to your low belly. Close your eyes, step your feet a little bit wider so you can feel super grounded. And just feel the rhythm of your own heart, your own breath. Noticing whatever feelings, whatever emotions might be moving through you. Breath in. Exhale, hands by your sides. Tadasana. Blink your eyes back open. Big toes touch. Don't worry, we're slowing it down a little now. Back to my Madison class. Inhale, sweep your hands high, look up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. So maybe you realize that while slower can be nicer, slower also can be a little bit more challenging, right? So you'll hold here in plank. This is our first opportunity. You may have noticed things that came up with your breath, right? As you change your energy, as you change your prana. But today, maybe you find that something else changes while we hold plank. I tell this story quite a bit to my students, but when I used to practice yin, particularly yin classes with hips, I would get so angry, like so angry. I would see red. I would be, and I had no idea why. I didn't know why. And only later did I find out it's because I hadn't really ever let myself be angry in my entire life. So when we do things like plank for a really long time, you might find maybe fear comes up, maybe resistance. Maybe you're like confident as hell and you've got joy. Great. All of these things are part of the human experience, right? Part of human emotions. You can do it. We're almost there. Take a breath in. Then try to lower down. You can do it. 3, 2, 1. Great work. Inhale, lift up, Sphinx pose. So walk your hands forward, press your palms down into the ground, then try to pull your heart through this little baby bend in your elbow. So you'll feel the bend coming from the upper back. Close your eyes. Maybe you gaze at your third eye. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. So your glutes, back your legs, everything's alive. And then breathe. Funny how in times of stillness, we can forget to breathe, right? Our breath gets short. We resist often. So how deep can you breathe into your back, into your heart? Feel your breath, your diaphragm expand down towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. Hands come by your sides. Elbows hug in. Curl under the toes. Press up, plank. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Push your hands away. Shoulders shrug up. Hold here. Breath out. Inhale your right leg high. Just like we did before, exhale, kick your foot towards your butt. Try to even out your shoulders. So shoulders are nice and even. Hip is open. And then inhale, stretch the right leg high again. It's nice and long and pull that left hip back, right? So we recalibrate through the hips. Next, exhale, bring your knee to your tricep. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to left tricep. I don't know if anyone else is sweaty yet, but I am sweaty. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to forehead. Try to hug, hug, hug. Rock your weight forward, 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 and then step into your low lunge. Our second opportunity for crescent today. Come on up in crescent. Reach the hands high, and then exhale right into it, warrior two. So take a moment to build your warrior two. Back heel might be parallel to the back of the mat or slightly turned inwards. Then sink it down about a 90-degree bend in the front leg. Reach the arms long. Gaze forward. Breath in. Exhale, take your gaze down to your right knee. Sink down into the knee and then push your right knee out to the side, just like we did when we were on the ground, right? Use the strength of your body to push outwards. You should feel that right glute start to fire up. Hold that while you push your left foot, the outer edge of that left foot, down into the mat. Can you do both at the same time? Maybe. Can you reach your arms long at the same time? Inhale, reach the right hand high, reverse your warrior, look up. Exhale, bring your knee to the top of your thigh, option one here. Gonna hold in this extended side angle. You can pick your arm here, or if it feels okay, you're gonna come down to the ground. I today like to sweep my arm and have one long line right from my foot, but if it feels more comfortable in your shoulder, you can have this T shape, right? Two different versions, kind of the same gorgeous adventure. All right, so whatever you've chosen, look at my shoulder. Notice how it is now. Notice what this looks like. If it was here, it'd be here versus here. So push away. Feel that energy in the left hand as you reach up. Now, in this pose, start to pull your feet towards each other. Yes, notice if you have feelings start to come up about, Madison, how long are we going to hold this pose? What are we doing? Try to pull the feet towards each other. Squeeze in those inner muscles of the leg. You might be shaking. You might be breathing a little more shallow, so try to breathe deep for 3. Pull the feet together for 2. 1. Now push the feet away from each other. Power up and inhale. Lift up to warrior 2. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Frame the foot. Step back to plank pose. Option to go straight to down dog. Guys, we've done a lot of these today because we did traditional vinyasa. So you can either come with me or straight to down dog or even child's pose for a breath. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Inhale, press up, plank. Exhale back. Down dog. Opposite side. Here we go. Inhale, left leg high. So first we push the hands away. Then exhale, kick the foot towards the butt, open the hip, shoulders stay even. So this left shoulder kind of likes to creep up when we do this, and then it's like this big crazy back bend, right? That's not what we're looking for. We want the upper back to look just like it's in down dog, hip opens. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to forehead, hug, 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 tuck, 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 and step all the way through. Come to your low lunge. I'm gonna spin around so you can see me better. So low lunge here, and then inhale right up into crescent. Blessedly, I'm not gonna make you hold crescent, but we are gonna widen to warrior 2. Okay, so as we're holding, this is an opportunity to slow our breath down a little. Sink down into this front leg. First, find that sink, right? Then take the arms out. Warrior 2, look forward at your left hand. Breath in. And a breath out. Okay, now look down at your left knee. Widen the knee out to the side with the strength of your body and try to sink down into about a 90-degree bend. So you should see that knee move when you look and push out that way. But with your strong mind. Yes, great. Now that you've got to push the knee, the back foot, you'll push out into the outer edge of that back foot. You'll notice I actually sank deeper when I did that. You might do the same. Breath in. And out, sink it lower. One more breath in. Exhale. Oh no, inhale, reverse the warrior. Yep, almost forgot it because that feels good, right? Stretch up, 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 up. Exhale back, warrior 2, and then to our extended side angle. So set yourself up. Option 1 here. Hand can be high or hand can be here. Option 2, hand down to the ground, which arguably kind of is easier because you have more support in the bottom hand, right? Hand here or here. Now, whatever you've chosen, take a look at my shoulder again. We have this option or this option, right? Lengthen through the shoulder. If you're up here, you have this option, chilling, or there we go, this option. Whatever you choose, make sure you have that length in the side of the neck, right? Now, because this is so easy and I'm not shaking at all, you can start to pull your feet together, right? In whatever pose you've chosen, try to pull the feet in. And as you do that, you'll find these adductors start to turn on, right? So you feel them turn on, pull, pull, pull together. You might notice your shape starts to change a little bit because you're focusing on that. Find your breath. Any emotions come up, just be like, yeah, these are emotions that I'm having in this pose. This is a human experience, right? Pull a little more, 2, 1. Now push the feet away from each other. Power up. Inhale. Oh, lift up. Warrior 2. My leg's gonna give up. Exhale. Sweep the hands down. Frame the foot. Step back. Option to skip this and go right to child's pose, or come with me just for 1 chaturanga. Lower all the way down. Inhale up. Cobra or up dog. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale, press up to tabletop, and now we'll all take the child's pose together. Reach your hands your hands forward, forehead to the mat. Close your eyes. Take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. Let out whatever it is you need to let out in this moment. Do that 2 more times. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Last time, breath in. And really feel yourself release. Close your mouth. Sit in true stillness and silence and just feel. Take 4 more breaths without moving, without judging. On your next inhale, press yourself up, tabletop pose. You got this. No, we're not done yet. We got a few more things to do. Curl your toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog, just for 1 breath in and out. Inhale, look between your hands, bend in your knees, tiptoe, or if you're really loving the hop today, because we're doing a little more vinyasa, you can do that and fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, press up, palms high, look high. Exhale, hands by your sides, Tadasana. Breath in and out. All right, blink your eyes open, moving towards our little standing series before we lay down. So let's work out those little beautiful little muscles in our ankles, right? A few different things we'll be doing today. You can choose to stop at any point. So I'm going to move through all the options. You pick when you're like, nope, I'm going to stay here. I invite you to, as always, challenge yourself, but challenge yourself within safety, right? Feel confident, feel strong, most importantly, listen to your mind and body. So shift your weight over into your left leg. Inhale, draw your right knee up into your chest. Let's do this thing that I love to do. We're going to do the pose in a second. First, I want to do this. So pull the knee into the chest, just like we did on the floor, remember. Strong through the left leg. 3, 2, 1. Release and hold your knee where it is. Breath in, breath out. Recapture, pull the knee in as high as you can get. 3, 2, 1. Release and hold. Breath in, breath out. Last time, hands come in, pull it in as tight as you can get it. 3, 2, 1. Release. And remember, if you're just working on your balance, that's hard too. We've been bouncing for a long time. 2, 1. Release. Both feet side by side. I just want to make sure we're warmed up for your standing pose, right? We weren't warm yet. Okay. Opposite leg, switch it over. Right knee. Left knee comes up into the chest. Remember, if you fall out, you just come back in. That's all we do. If you're just working on bouncing, great. Because bouncing is hard. Pull the knee up into the chest. 3, 2, 1. Release and stay. Breath in. Exhale, recapture. Inhale, pull in. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Breath in. Exhale, recapture. Pull in. 3, 2, 1. Hold, squeeze. How high can you get your knee? Point through the foot. You might fall. That's okay. Wiggling and wobbling is good. And release. Great. Take your feet wide. Shake it out. Become a noodle. Shake through the hips. Nobody can see you. And if they can, who cares? All right. Back to center. Hands by your sides. Let's be serious. Yoga is not supposed to be fun. All right. Shift your weight over into your right leg. Doesn't really matter which leg we do next. Right leg. Here we go. Draw your knee to a 90-degree bend. 90 degrees. Rotate your thigh out, just like we did, remember, when we were laying on the ground. Bend into your right knee and come to figure 4. You can do this with your hands, but ideally, I want you to try and get in, right, with the strength of your own body, because that's what we're always building to. Option 1, stay here in your figure 4. You're killing it. You're doing great. Option 2, you can try to come down, bring your elbow to your knee/foot, hold here. Option 3, if it's accessible, bend a lot in the knee and bring your hands down to the ground. Try to find this hook of the toe to the arm, right? I'm going to give it, and guys, don't get mad, just in case someone wants to try this, I'm going to cue it. You can bring your hands forward, come to, like, if you're in crow pose, reach the foot out behind you. I think this is like flying squirrel. You choose whatever you're doing. If you've fallen out, come back in and breathe. That's all we care about for 3 more breaths. Just a reminder, right? There's always somewhere to go in yoga. Maybe crazy. You've got it. 3. 2, if you are on the ground, start to make your way back up. And 1, let's all come to standing. Come out the same way you came in. Lift and release. Tadasana. If you need to wiggle again, wiggle again. Breath in. And out. All right, here we go. Opposite side. Feet come together. Shift your weight over into your left leg to start. Then right knee comes up, 90-degree bend, right? Externally rotate the thigh, so thigh rolls out first, then start to bend into the left knee. Bend, 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 until eventually, just like we did on the ground, you can put that ankle on the top, just above the knee on the thigh, right? Now with the strength of your body, just like we did before, press that knee out. Hands can come to heart center. Maybe you work on balancing here, any variety of here. If this feels accessible, you can start to shimmy down, maybe bring your hands down to the ground. And this is great too. You can also, on the down to the ground one, work just straightening the leg and folding forward, or stay low. Option to work on your crow pose style, or reach the leg back, hover and hold, whatever you've chosen. Reminder, breath is our vehicle here. So if you're up high, breathe deep into the chest so you can feel your heart expand forward. If you're down lower, breathe into your back body. Can you make your ribs expand to the sky? You got it. For 3, If you're down low, start to work your way back up for 2. And 1, we'll all come up together. Draw the knee up into the chest. Exhale, hands by your sides, feet down. Tadasana, close your eyes, maybe shimmy. Catch your breath. I underestimated how hard that would be to like talk a lot, so we're gonna take a nice long break so I can breathe. Check back in with the motion you created in your body. What have you begun to move in or move out? Through sweat, through prana, energy. Blink your eyes open. Big toes touch, sliver of space between your heels, top of the mat. Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the hands high, press the palms, look up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, last chaturanga class, knees down or knees up. It's 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest up a tiny bit. And then it's totally up to you. Again, my favorite pose ever. Flip like a pancake onto your back. Yeah. You did it. You made it. Reach your hands long, your feet long, like you're taking a big morning stretch. Breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Relax your shoulders down to the ground. Let your toes fall out. We're not in Shavasana yet, but this is kind of a big morning stretch Shavasana, right? Another breath in. And out. Inhale, blink your eyes open. Bring one arm towards your side, then the other arm. Press the palms down into the mat. Bring your right foot next to your butt, your left foot next to your butt. Bridge pose, just like we started class. Inhale, lift the hips high. I invite you to make this a really easy bridge. So maybe your hips are barely off the mat. Maybe you've got a pillow from the couch that you can like grab and tuck under your low back. Take it in a way where you just want to feel that engagement in the glutes. Because in our figure 4, we actually stretch the glutes a lot as we engage, right? So now I want to bring that engagement back. Squeeze up and in. Lift a little higher, 2. And 1, release down to the ground. I'd like to offer today, before we move to Shavasana, a couple different things. If you have a wall, so you may have to move around your house quickly to like find a spot, there's time. I invite you to do legs up the wall. So you'll shimmy yourself towards the wall, right? Come to your butt on the wall, your feet forward, and then you'll just lift the legs up onto the wall. If you don't have a wall and you're like, Madison, I'm not doing that today, great. You're gonna do legs up the wall on the ground. Pro tip, if you have a block, put it under the low back and it'll make it easier for your feet to be passive. I like to cheat, rock my hips forward, put my hands under my low back. And your hands can be like a little diamond and it'll support the low back. So 2 different options. We are going to be here for a couple minutes. So find a pose that you feel is truly sustainable, right? And if at any point in these couple minutes you decide you're done, you'll just come feet down to recovery pose, okay? Our inversion for the day. So once you've found your version of the pose, commit to stillness. And I like to imagine anything that might have been in your toes, your legs, any emotion that needs to be pulled out is now draining down from your toes to your legs into your breath, right? Your lungs. This is the least sciencey thing I've ever said in my entire life. My sister would be like, what? However, imagine that, right? As you inhale, you bring in new energy, new prana. As you exhale, whatever is draining down from the legs, you feel it release out. Continue with that visualization, however weird. If your mind starts to wander, bring it back to the feeling of this emotion and even the blood draining, right? From your toes, from your legs, feeling the energy your heart has to do to pump or take to pump the blood back up to your big toe. If you're loving legs up the wall, by all means, you can stay here. If you're ready to come down, you can release your feet to the ground and just go through an easy twist of your choice. So if you're taking a twist, maybe you just drop your knees to one side for a couple breaths, then the other. Listen to your body. Those of you who are still in legs up the wall, you're invited to stay there as long as you like, even through Shavasana. If you're twisting, take your knees over to the opposite side. Those of you in legs up the wall who would like to do Shavasana, you can start to make your way down. If you're in a twist, take 3 more breaths in your twist. And then come to your Shavasana. This idea that emotions require motion is something that I think we all can use to make our lives a little easier. Even if it's as simple as, oh, having a really hard day. I'm going to go for a walk outside, right? I'm going to go breathe deep, take a stroll, and see what I can release and what I can take in. Move fully into Shavasana if you haven't already. Palms face up. If you'd like to receive energy, face down if you're looking for a little grounding, a feeling of more stability. Take these last few moments before you drift off to just bring awareness to whatever came up in your practice today. And if there is anything left that you'd like to release, be reminded you can always release it in Shavasana. Close your eyes, relax your jaw, let go of your breath, and fully surrender. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Feel free to shut your laptop and just stay, or I will bring you out of the practice. Take a gentle breath in and out. Reawaken your body first with small movements and then larger ones. Rock your head side to side. Maybe stretch your hands above your head, point your toes. One last morning stretch for the day. And then eventually roll over onto one side, using your arm as a pillow in fetal pose. And then with your eyes closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing any direction. Once you're there, bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to the low belly. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath. Maybe put a gentle smile on your face. Great work, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. I am here. Thank you all for your hard work, for most importantly, your breath, and as always, your sweat. I will see you next Sunday.